Hey guys, I just had an idea here. I had this thing laying around. It was basically from an old RO system that I had. I think it was the DI system part of, and I need to get a carbon reactor. So the idea here that I just had by looking at this is that I basically shoved a 3/4 inch. It's really tight going in there. See if I can give you some more light. As you can see, I had to warm it up a little bit in the heat and then put it in there and with a lot of pressure. But basically the water will go in from this tube here. Sorry, one-handed operation. Go down, go through the carbon and go up. So I'm gonna put this together really quick and show you what my idea is here and see if it works for anybody else. If you have a reverse osmosis thing laying around, if you have something like this similar laying around, you might be able to reuse, which I'm excited about. This thing's cost I think 45 bucks at BRS at least. So I'm gonna try to see what I can do here and get back to you guys in a sec. Bye. Sure enough, it worked. So actually, let me unhook this again. One-handed operation. I'm trying to do my best here. But basically, I got a piece of 3/4 inch pipe that was laying around. I had a little extra from the sponge that I used in my sump from before the return section. So I had to cut through. So I had this left. So what I did was I cut a little circle and put it in there. So basically now this is basically a reactor. So I also had this from my pump, one of the fittings from the pump, which is a 3/4 inch. I just put it in there just to see if the water spreads down a little better. But basically, you put this in here. As you can with one hand. Now the water is gonna come from one of the outlets in the manifold or pump if you have. I'm gonna use a manifold because there's plenty of pressure in there. It's gonna go through here. It's gonna go down this tube here, and this is gonna be filled with carbon or whatever media of choice that you have. So the water is gonna have to travel all the way through the carbon and hit that sponge that's on the top, and then come back here just clean. So there we go. Just a bunch of stuff laying around that I had put together, and now we have basically a free reactor. And I hope this helps somebody out who has this kind of parts as well. Alright, I'm gonna try to plug this all in and get some carbon and see if everything works. Alright, cheers. Bye. Another update. So I was thinking when I first built in the earlier here, okay, this looks good, but then I'm gonna fill this thing with carbon, right? Okay, if I fill this thing with carbon now, with the pipe attached to here, how am I gonna put the pipe in there without first of all filling the pipe with carbon, and second of all making a mess, right, and getting everything clogged up. So I had more parts laying around from this pump that comes with all kinds of fittings. So here's what I did on the DIY piece here. So I got the 3/4 inch, as you can see over here, piece, and I had this reducer that I was planning on using on the pump on the return if I needed to reduce the flow. I was just shove this in there on the system, but I'm not using it because the flow is perfect the way it is. So I glued them two together and then got the drill, put a bunch of holes in here. Sorry about the cars driving by. I'm just in my garage here, my workbench. So the idea here is that this is open, right? So this pipe basically is going to sit in here. And the great thing also is that if you look in the bottom of that, it's a little elevated piece right there, right? So if you see, let me go over here. If you see this part in here, right? So basically it fits perfectly as if it was made for. Fits right there. So the idea is toss this in there, right? Which, as I said, sits right in the middle in there, and then put the pipe, which I have shaped, as you can see, is a little open over here to fit this section. So to put the pipe in here, and then now I can fill this with carbon all the way up to the top. And basically, I'm not gonna be able to do it with one hand. I gotta get a tripod or something. But basically, if I align these two right here, I can just shove this in like that. And as I turn, the pipe is attached to it, to the top of it. Oh, look at that, one-handed. And there we go. Now I have carbon everywhere. Filled it up. So again, water goes through here, navigates down, goes inside, goes through these little holes. This can be filled with carbon, right? And in order for it to come out, it has to go through the carbon and then come back right here. That's the idea. The only one thing that I'm not so thrilled about is that this is just a 1/4 inch, right? And my manifold has a lot of pressure, so I'm gonna see if that's gonna work. How much pressure, how much water can I put through with that? So if that works out, great. If not, we'll try another route. Yeah, but that's the idea. Hope it's useful for anyone. All right, cheers, guys. Just right off the bat here, apologies for the loud noise here in my sump, but I wanted to give the guys who were following the DIY carbon reactor, give you guys an update. So this thing turned out just perfect. So I'm gonna combine all these videos together so you can check it out. But basically what I'm doing here is this manifold, right? The water is coming through and it's going in. I actually had to route this opposite, right? So this is normally the in and this is the out. I had to go with the in coming here because the tube that goes all the way to the bottom here is actually connected to the out section, right? Because normally the water comes in and goes through and into the tube and out. Excuse me. In this case, it goes into the tube and back this way. So I'm gonna show you here how much water I'm getting. I mean, it's quite a bit. It's, as you can see over here, right? So this is what's pushing out. I wish this was a half-inch pipe. It's just a quarter-inch, but I think for this tank and for this size of filter, the water is going through a lot of carbon and it's getting filtered pretty well. And then I'm putting the water just right behind my pump back there, so it gets spread pretty good and gets out of here and goes back to the return section. The only thing that I was thinking about is that the water is going to be filtered through the carbon, and then it's going to go back to the pump, and some of the water is going to go back and filter the carbon again. But again, this is running 24 hours, so eventually a lot of the water is going to go through the carbon and be cleaned up and be polished really well. But yeah, they're now really, really good, and I found a tight spot for a perfect spot for the filter to hang. I previously had my pH meter, which is now sitting over there, hanging in here, and this is just perfect. I'm able to, as you can see over here, close the valve, shut off to change carbon or whatever, or to pause if I'm treating the system or something like that. I can turn off the carbon and then right back on. It's perfect. So yeah, if anybody wants to take a look at doing this, I think this is even more efficient than those refillable cartridge, because a lot more carbon can fit in here, and the water indeed goes to the whole system. All right guys, I hope this helps somebody, and I'll talk to you soon. If you enjoyed this and you want to continue to see the development of this tank in here and the system and all the DIY stuff that I do, don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this, if it was informative for you, please give me a thumbs up. It would be great, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. Bye.